I'm here with the Chattanooga Public Library in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Today I'm talking with Dr. David Aborn.
Hi, everyone.
From the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. And he's here to tell us about my favorite bird and the amazing trips that they take. Dr. Aborn, you study birds, right?
That's right.
And what is it called when a person studies birds?
Well, it's a big word. It's called an ornithologist.
Ornithologist. And why did you choose to become an ornithologist?
Well, I've always been interested in animals ever since I was a kid. And when I was in high school, I took a trip with one of my biology classes to the Chesapeake Bay. And while I was there were all kinds of different birds doing all sorts of different things. They were nesting, and they were doing courtship displays and singing, etc. And I just found it really fascinating.
Sounds like a cool trip. Well, speaking of trips, can you tell us about the special bird that we're going to talk about today?
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about the ruby-throated hummingbird. And so it's one of the smallest birds that you can find here in Chattanooga. And hopefully you can see with this little model here, they're a bright green bird, and the males have this bright red throat, which is how they get their name. The females don't have it. The female's throat is just white, but the males have this big, bright ruby throat.
It is beautiful. So you said this bird is in Chattanooga, but I might not see it all the time. Is it here all the time?
No, you can only find them here in the spring and summer.
Oh, well, where do they go in the wintertime?
Well, in the winter, they head down to the tropics, to places like Mexico and Central America.
Oh. Can you show us on that map behind us, Dr. Aborn, where the ruby-throated hummingbird goes?
Sure. So here we are in Chattanooga, and here's our hummingbird feeding and nesting in the spring and summer. And then around September, when it starts getting a bit cooler, the flowers start drying up and falling off, then they start heading south. So they'll head south, and they'll cross into Mexico and into Central America, so places like Guatemala and Honduras and Costa Rica and Panama. And then in the springtime, they turn around and they do it all over again, coming back into the eastern United States.
Wow, that's amazing. How far a trip is that, Dr. Aborn?
In some cases, it can be over 1,000 miles.
Wow, that's really, really far. So the ruby-throated hummingbird takes that long of a trip. Does it use its wings to do that whole trip? Or surely it could take an airplane when it gets tired, right?
Nope, it's all done with their wings. So just imagine, just flapping your arms, moving your arms up and down just for a short time, and see how tired you would get. Well, hummingbirds flap hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, and so they're going to get pretty tired pretty quick. So they'll just fly a little bit, and then they'll stop and rest, and then fly a little bit more, and just keep doing that until they get where they're going.
So they can stop and sleep a little bit on this trip?
Well, they'll sleep during the day. So during the day, they'll do some feeding, and they'll do some resting and sleeping. But because they have to feed during the day, they can't see the flowers at night. So they feed and sleep during the day, and then they migrate during the nighttime.
Oh, and how do they know where to go so they don't get lost?
Well, it's something called instinct. So they just naturally know what direction they're supposed to fly and where they're supposed to go.
Wow. They do a better job of that than I do. Is there anything that we humans, that we people can do to help the ruby-throated hummingbird on its long trip?
Oh, absolutely. You can put up feeders. So a lot of different stores sell hummingbird feeders, and hummingbirds feed on nectar, which is basically just sugar water. And so you can put sugar water in these feeders. You can sometimes get many hummingbirds coming to your feeders, and it's a really, really good way to get good close-up looks at them and see them behaving. And you can also plant flowers that hummingbirds like in your yard. And so not only are you helping the hummingbirds, but you also make your yard look nice and pretty.
Right. And we'll have a link to more information about how you can help hummingbirds on our Make, Play, Read, Learn site, and also in the comments below this YouTube video. Well, I had fun learning about the ruby-throated hummingbird today. Thank you, Dr. Aborn, for teaching us a little bit about this bird, the wonderful ruby-throated hummingbird, tiny but mighty. And thank you for helping to keep all birds safe. For everyone watching, keep your eyes open this summer for the ruby-throated hummingbird.